in New York.
It's around 6 feet tall,
Yes.
6'2". Big guy.
Not anymore.
Oh,
Look who it is. It's your old pal Rev.
how you doing, Rapper?
Your best friend Rev, who loves you.
How are you, Rapper? How is everything?
Hi, Robert. Your name is Robert now, Rev.
Rap is the rapper.
Rev is a rabbi. You're a rabbi. Rabbi Rev. Hi, Rabbi.
How you doing?
Why do I got a feeling the name Rabbi is going to stick? What's poppin'?
How was your weekend, Rap?
How was your weekend, Rev? Is it today like Tuesday? Today we'll be doing obscure mentions of the word boogie in songs. Get down, boogie, oogie, oogie. Get down. I'm mentioned in lots of songs. All those songs were written about me. I'm the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B.
How you doing,
Hi,
Alfred
Boogie
Blue?
Company
How
B.
is everything? Okay. Hi.
Hi, Stubby. Stubby with his little one knuckle.
Hi, David. How is everything?
I'm not opening the cookies today, but they see the blue bag. Birds are
Hi,
very
Jason.
smart. They see
Jason.
the blue bag and they
How
line.
you doing, Jason?
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Ivan. How is everything?
What's poppin', everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob, along with his faithful sidekick and strictly plutonic
Hi, David Young. How is everything?
buddy. David Young's here. Say no more. Now listen, I don't start the show till David Young's in the house. If he
Aloha.
don't come, there is no show.
How you doing, Aloha? How is everything?
Hi, Aloha. That must be Sally Shall Sell Seashore. Well,
How you doing, Jordan Joe? How is everything?
you are Jordan Joe. How are you going to say hi to yourself? Hi,
Robert.
Boogie Bob.
Robert and Tommy, how you doing?
Hi, Robert and Tommy. I think Joe's just at this point just making up any name. Joe, you said it wouldn't happen. You said it would not happen, Joe. It has happened. There's my thumbnail. Donald Trump has been arrested. No, it's not propaganda. I'm honestly not happy about it. I mean, he deserves it. He should be arrested for the stuff he's done. But I hate to have a president of the United States, it's the first time ever, get arrested, fingerprinted, mugshots. That mugshot is going to be the most famous picture of all time. It'll be all over the earth by tomorrow. I saw him. He did not look happy. He looked very somber. By the way, we know it's 34 counts, felony counts, but no one knows what they are. He's finding out right now. I can promise you the District Attorney's Office of New York City, Southern District of New York, is the most serious law office in America. They are not taking this lightly, and they are not doing it for clicks, likes, and follows on Facebook. They have the goods. They have the receipts, or they cannot afford, with their reputation, to just throw something out there. This isn't one of those, let's try to get him because I don't like his politics. He is trapped. He will, of course, say what he always does. It's a witch hunt. They're out to get, but you can say it's a witch hunt to your folks in Oklahoma at the rally, and they'll wave your shirts, but you can't say it in a courtroom. It doesn't make it go away. Ask Giuliani. So, as I left the house, I'm sure all of you, it's every single channel. Donald Trump has been arrested. He is in the, probably it's done by now, I'm sure. He's in the courthouse, and then he'll have some comments tonight to talk about how racist the black district attorney is. All right, so with that out of the way, Joe, after I left here yesterday, Joe, what do you think of my friend Jessica?
How is Jessica?
She's great. She said Joe is fantastic. I told her you're not, but for some reason she thinks you're fantastic. What did you guys think? If you like Jessica, hit the like button.
GB, how you doing?
I've asked Jessica to be on the show again to wear tighter clothes. So I think I can get my viewership up between my male demographic. I left here yesterday, Joe. I went to Trump Tower. to get my highly anticipated interview with Donald Trump. It didn't go as planned. There was no way to get past the barricades and get up into his, I was surprised I could not get up into his penthouse. But I did, I saw a lot of bad shorties. I went to Central Park. By the way, I've got a video of the birds from Central Park. I said, I'm gonna get 10 birds in 10 minutes, 10 different types of birds. That video will go up later on today, all right? Joe, you ready to start the news?
I heard you went to Central Park.
You heard that just now. You heard it just now.
To rent a condo in Trump Plaza.
You heard that I went to Central Park to rent a condo in Trump Plaza? I don't have enough to rent a sandwich.
Forget about it. The rent, monthly rent is $15,000 an hour.
$15,000, that's it? Wait, dollars?
Where do you think,
$15,000 or pennies? Because I could do the 15,000.
What do you think is pesos?
Pesos. Joe finally cracked a funny joke. It's 15,000 pesos. I think I'm in. What is that? How much is? Can someone Google that and tell me how much 15,000 pesos is? I think it's like 60
Argentina pesos.
All right.
He had in his pocket.
Donald Trump used to have Donald Trump. Howard Stern used to have a show called Who Wants to Be a Turkish Millionaire? And you could win a 1 million Turkish lira. So, and all the people would go on the show and they'd win and they got $62.
Oh, that time, yeah.
1 million lira, $62.
Lebanese 1 million is $7 right now.
I would like to actually see a video of Rev playing the bongo.
Well, if I get tired living around here,
Yeah.
I will go and look for an apartment in Central Park. You know, I'm gonna live just like everybody else.
Of course. We know you're a big baller. You're a baller on a budget. Let's get on with the news. Again, today I will be doing obscure references to the name Boogie. Because he's a boogie woogie bugle bullet company.
How you doing, Boogie?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So how about this one? A hip hop, the heavy to the hip hopping. You don't stop rocking to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are going to try to move your feet. See, I am Boogie Bob, and I like to say hello to the black, the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I got to bang, bang, boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie, don't stop. Don't stop. That's the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Now, so far, you heard my voice, but I brought some friends along. And next on the mic is Jordan Joe. Jordan Joe, why don't you sing your song? That's the Jordan Joe song right there. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Joe's a party pooper. You ready, Joe?
Yes, my friend. I'll be going tomorrow for 5 days vacation
You deserve it, Joe. You work hard.
to Pennsylvania.
You going to see the grandkids? 5 days? Wow.
So if you miss me, you can call me over there where I am Pennsylvania.
Okay. Joe, Subway dog gets home. A Subway dog gets a home. I know you are a huge animal lover, Joe. What do you love more, me or a Subway dog?
Subway dog.
Of course. That goes without saying. What do you love more, Joe, me or a Subway sandwich?
Subway sandwich.
Of course.
No.
A pit bull that was abandoned on a New York City subway station found her forever home when a woman spotted her in the Instagram post asking for help. Heather Ham, a photographer based in the city, said she was thinking about getting a dog when she stumbled upon a picture of the poor pit bull that was left chained to a handrail on Fulton Street. Some piece of shit. Sorry, let me clean that up a little bit. Some piece of crap. Sorry, it's a little too harsh. Some piece of excrement. A human piece of crap. Took a dog, Joe, chained it up in the subway, and left. Now, I get it. Maybe the person could no longer help the dog, and they knew that obviously someone's going to find the dog. The real problems I have is when someone's in Oklahoma and they chain it up to a tree out in the woods. Those people deserve to be
Very cruel.
murdered. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Murdered.
I did not.
Murdered.
I sneezed. They are murderers, Joe. The post was from the NYC Free the Curb Instagram account. Ham said she ordered a lift. She rode over there as fast as she could, and she found police officers with the dog, and she has now adopted this beautiful pit bull.
Yes.
Let's see.
That's what makes a fan very happy.
Where's Seashell? Where's Sally Sell Seashore down by Seashell? Seashell, you might be interested to know that Seashell's right there. Sun, surf, and sand.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, player? Hawaii was ranked the best place to live for those who want to live healthy, enjoy high life expectancy. High life expectancy. Hey, girl. While New York was rated 18th. So, we're number 18. We're number 18. Hawaii, you're number 1. Seashell, you're number 1. Residents in Hawaii had the longest life expectancy of the typical American, an average of 80.7 years. 80, almost 81 years. I want to know what it's like in New York. In New York, it's like 22. The life expectancy in Virginia was very last. So if you move to Hawaii, your life expectancy, Joe, is 81 years.
What killing you is when you smoke and you drink that liquor.
When you smoke and you drink that liquor, that's fact.
The liquor burn your kidneys and liver.
Well, listen to this, Joe. If you live in Hawaii, you're going to be 81. But if you live, and there's Seashell right there. This is a Seashell exclusive. Extra oxygen in the ocean, and I think probably it has a lot to do with the people and the goodness. Because if you're living in Virginia, now this is not a knock on Virginia, but they came in dead last. You're in Hawaii, you're going to be 81. You go to Virginia, you're dying at 72. If you're living in Virginia right now, I urge you to go to Hawaii right now. You get 10 years on your life.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Joe says thank you before you get a chance to say, bless you, Joe.
Thank you.
Happy holiday, everybody. Donald Trump, he hit New York with a steam shovel, Joe. It was really weird because every news channel that's not pro-Trump, they were upset. Mostly upset about the fact that he's getting all this free publicity. Look, the guy's coming into town. We're gonna let him get his publicity. What are you hating on that for? Here he is doing his walk around. He's doing this. Publicity's worth a lot of money, Joe. If you could be on, if you're running for president and you could be on every channel, it counts. All right.
I think if I run for president,
Yep.
I will win. What do you think?
I don't think so. I won't. I love you, and I won't vote for you.
You vote for me?
I think no. I think you'd be a horrible president. What was the first thing you would fix, Joe?
Fix everything I will do.
What's the first thing you will fix, Joe?
Is put an X on the Second Amendment. That's
He's going
what
to get
I
rid of
wanna
guns. First thing Joe does is get rid of guns. I ain't hating on him.
do. Get rid of guns.
I believe I'm a big advocate about gun laws and gun safety, but I believe that guns should not be illegal. I believe there's too
Just
many.
like what Australia did. Put
I
an
believe
X
there's too
on
many.
that.
I believe that there's the problem with other countries is they didn't have it in their constitution. We built this country and the Constitution said guns. I believe that the gun laws are very lax. I think they should be much stricter. I think you have to have a license to drive a car. You have to be 21 to drink, but you can get a pistol when you're 12. I don't get it. My grandpa gave me this Luger. I don't get it. I'm with you a little bit, Joe. I'm not in complete ban. I don't think it's possible. But what do I know? Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. We've been talking about the serial killers that live in our neighborhood, Joe. Killed 3 people a block from here. It's a Boogie Bob exclusive. I told you I'd bring you it every single day. I think assault weapons should be banned. I don't know, one person who goes hunting with a damn AR-15 or an AK-47. Those are war. If you go The American Army is outfitted with M16s and AR-15s, and that's what my father carried in Vietnam and Korea, and every single Middle Eastern country, Russian country, and Indian country around the world. They are outfitted with the AK-47, the Kalashnikov AK-47. It's like a tool. It's like a damn hammer. That's why if you go to anywhere from Baghdad to India, they're going to be carrying the AK-47. Joe, look at this. There they are. There's the three pieces of shit who killed the people. Not cool. The drug and rob crew is what they're called, Joe. These are the guys who are doing it. OD victim on killer's cell phone. A reputed member of the deadly drug and rob crew that left two Manhattan. Joe, you go to a nightclub, you're sitting there listening to the music, having a good time. Somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, how you feeling? And they drop something in your drink, or they buy you a drink. Or you're outside smoking and they share a smoke or whatever. And you're just out to have a good day after work, and they rob you, they drug you, Joe, they rob you, and they dispose of you like a water bottle. Empty water bottle. Okay, listen to this. Reputed members of the deadly drug and rob crew that left two Manhattan clubgoers dead was nabbed, caught, after cops found gruesome videos of one of the victims' body on his cell phone. Okay, Joe, I try to teach on this channel. I'm not advocating killing anyone. Don't kill no one. But if you do, but don't. I'm saying don't do it. You hear me clearly saying, Joe, do not drug and go kill anyone. But if you do, but don't. If you happen to do it, I don't want you to do it. Don't videotape them with your phone. But don't do it anyway. But don't, if you did do it, don't videotape them with your phone. What are you, a moron? What are you keeping it as, a trophy? The disturbing discovery tied Robert DeMeo. Inset left. Hold on. There's your boy Robert DeMeo right there. There's your rocket scientist right there. The disturbing discovery tied Robert DeMeo, 34, to the drugging death of political consultant John Umberger last year in what cops said was a pattern of more than a dozen similar robberies. A dozen, that means a bunch lived, but at least 3 that we know of are dead, and there's others missing, so who knows. Cops executed a search warrant on his cell phone and discovered videos of him and another suspect in Umberger's apartment. So not only did they drug you, Joe, and they go through your cell phone and empty out, you don't need an ATM card anymore. Back in the day, you needed to take an ATM card. Now you just hit a couple buttons.
You can buy coffee on your phone.
You can buy coffee. You can kill someone, guys, and buy coffee on your phone. They went to his apartment. They took the keys out of his thing, got his address. One of the videos shows Umberger lying in bed, face up, and apparently unconscious. He was lying in the same position when he was found dead by first responders. I'm not going to go too much.
Well, again, the bank tried to teach me how to buy things on your phone. And I told him, no, that's not halal, that's not kosher.
That's not kosher.
Because I don't believe that a piece of plastic can buy me coffee. So.
It can. Every time I've ever bought you coffee, Joe, is with my plastic. I don't use cash.
Yeah.
I very rarely use cash. I don't buy you coffee, Joe, I buy you a plastic card. You use the card, right?
Yeah.
That's what you buy the coffee with. I don't, very few people anymore carry cash. My business took a multi-million-dollar hit when the people started tapping. Zombie mom trial begins. Zombie mom, that's the name of this lady. There she is, it's Lori. Lori Val, whatever her name. Jury selection has begun in Doomsday Mom Lori Valor's murder trial, which Idaho hairstylist is accused of killing her 2 children and her husband's previous wife. This is the crazy lady. There's a great thing on Netflix on her. She was a pretty normal lady. She met a guy, and he was a doomsday guy, and he was preaching the doomsday and the Bible, and you could twist anything you want. You could twist the Bible any word you want, Joe. You can make something beautiful into something evil, and that's why there's been so many wars over religion. Religion's supposed to be about love and peace and kindness, but most of the time people are fighting over it. I'll never forget, I was in Times Square and the black Israelites. They hate my guts every time I go there, but I always see they're blatantly hate white folks. They'll tell you. And then there's always some white folks. They're preaching right out of the Quran or out of the Bible, and they're very well versed. And it's always the same. Some white kid or a lady from Virginia will come in and say, "Excuse me, it says love thy neighbor in the Bible." And they have an answer. Ezekiel 2:27 says love thy neighbor, but you ain't my neighbor. I'm from Africa. You're from Europe. You are not my neighbor. So there's a way to twist anything you want. This lady believed that her husband was some kind of sayer guy.
Demon.
Yeah, she, along with her husband, Chad Daybell, allegedly killed her children.
Well, could you kill your own
Be a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
And imagine your mommy, please don't kill me.
Yeah, it's horrible. Can't imagine. The one person that's supposed to be there for you. And all right. This is big news, Joe. We all love the Olympics, but Joe, there's also the thing called the Special Olympics or the Para-Olympics. Now, the Para-Olympics, Joe, is people who are in the Olympics. They're in better shape than you and I, but maybe they're missing their legs. So they do a wheelchair with their arms, or they do pull-ups, but they have competitions
For
disabled or physically challenged athletes. They also have the Special Olympics, which I find to be beautiful, and it's mentally challenged people. But the physically challenged, Joe, now what they're doing is they're making, some of them are pretending they can't walk very good when they really can. Mind-blowing phony gaming the game. 12-time U.S. gold winner Jessica Long, below, whose legs were partially amputated when she was a baby, said she swam alongside athletes who were falsely qualified. So this woman has no legs. She's a 12-time gold medal champion. That's pretty something to be proud of. She said she actually swam next to people who were actually physically fit. And here's this team. This team is accused. Look at the whole team, bro. Look at them all smiling. Let's see what they did. 10 out of the 12 members of Spain's 2000 Olympic team, their basketball team, they had no disability. It's a disability games, Joe, and they got 10 players out of 12 with no disabilities. It's like LeBron James going, "Hey, girl."
They are cheaters.
Yeah. They are cheaters, Joe. Speaking of cheating. Sorry, guys, I can't talk right now.
What the hell's going on over there, Joe?
Forgot what we were talking about, Joe. What were we talking? What is today? I forget. What month are we in?
About the team who are disabled.
I know, but then she walked by and ruined the whole show.
You keep looking.
I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Suicide kid's mom demands to see the video evidence. Elena Laveau doubts that the official findings that her daughter hanged herself in a school bathroom. Can you imagine, though? The child goes to school and then allegedly hangs himself in the school bathroom, and then you're stuck. There's no note. You're wondering, did a bully do it? My daughter would never do that.
You have to investigate that. Maybe somebody else did.
Yeah. They gotta investigate. Man charged with a murder, Joe. Where at?
Right.
In the Brazos. Suspect has been charged in the murder of a 52-year-old man stabbed in an elevator room of a Bronx apartment over the weekend. Ricardo Neves was arrested with the death of Andre Harry on Saturday inside the building on East 175th Street. Harry was pronounced dead at the scene. God bless him and his family. Oh boy, Joe, we got some good news. It's only page 12 and we already got our first good news story. A baby miraculously plucked alive from the rubble 5 days after the Turkey killer earthquake, Joe, back in February, has finally been reunited with her mother, who believed that the child, the mother was believed to have been killed in the disaster. Those hospitals are full of thousands of people, Joe. They
that
thought
goes through DNA, otherwise
well, if the
you
mother
can't prove that's the problem.
Joe's always got an angle. Joe's always looking
You
for
have
an angle.
to.
Yeah, I'm sure they will do the DNA.
Somebody will claim anyway.
I get it. You're right. Vetin Begdus is 3.5 months old. He can't tell you if it's his mother or not, her mother or not. Was given the name Gizem or Mystery by rescue workers. Was handed to Yasmin Begus on Saturday, 54 days after the child was saved from the wreckage.
Very happy.
The kid's 3.5 months old, but 54 of those days, that's 2 months, was waiting to find the mother. Turkey Family and Social Services reunited the pair after DNA tests were done, Joe. Joe. Hello. I am on the show.
I am in the subway. I call you later. I call you later.
Joe, did you just tell a lie?
Well, this is my doctor.
He says I'm on the subway.
I told him I'm on the subway. I call him later.
You sound like
Do
you
you
lied
think
here,
I am an intelligent person?
Very
you
smart.
have to look
You gotta look smart.
around.
You gotta tell lies to begin. Joe just lied to his
I
doctor.
have to do everything just right.
I've used that one before. I'm on the subway. Hello? Hey, Boo. Oh, I can't. You. Hey, Boo, can I get my hair done
Every 5
tonight?
minutes you say a lie.
Every 5 minutes I say a lie, apparently. I'd like anybody up to post any of my lies. Anything I've ever said. Hey, guys, I'm opening a new club tonight. Stay tuned for the video. There's the video.
You tell them.
Hey, guys, I'm going to Donald Trump. Yeah, I do it. Anything I ever talked about. Like this. Look at this watch, Joe. It's one of the greatest watches in my collection. Looks like $1 million watch, Joe. I got it on Amazon for like $24 or something. Maybe less. It's an automatic, so you don't need a battery. You just move your hand and it winds. And I move this hand a lot. So I don't know why it's wound up so tight today. Anyways, Joe's not only does Joe lie, and then he calls me the liar. I didn't do anything. Off-duty cop punched in Midtown. Punched out in Midtown. Joe, just because you're a cop doesn't mean you've got to be the toughest guy in the room. There's other people who can knock out cops, and they often do. An off-duty New York City police officer was pummeled by a stranger during a broad daylight attack in Manhattan. I bet it happened right here, Joe. We're going to find out. It says Midtown. Officer sitting in his personal car on Broadway and West 33rd. That's actually right next to Macy's. Around 2 p.m., when the assailant approached and punched him multiple times in the face. I'm sure the guy didn't know he was a cop. Maybe he did. The attacker had to be tased before cops were able to cuff him. So they caught him. They caught the guy, Joe. They tasered him. The officer was taken to Lenox Hill Hospital with facial injuries and was expected to recover. Yeah, he got punched in the face. I hope he recovers. They're making it sound like the guy was shot 5 times. The attacker was being treated at Bellevue Hospital. Joe, I promise you, if you punch a New York City cop, on the way to the police station, they're going to pull over and give you the old, hello, how are you?
All the work.
What do you say again? What'd you call it, Joe?
All the work.
They're going to give you all the work. They are going to introduce you to what a curb stomp is. I have very rarely seen anybody who's assaulted a police officer or shot a police officer. When they do the perp walk, I've seen very few that weren't beaten really badly. The police say, okay, we've arrested him. He's in the back room right now. He'll be out in a few minutes, and they're doing their thing, allegedly. I ain't saying nothing. You, what's it called again, Joe?
All the way, you're gonna have some lessons.
You're gonna learn some lessons. Oh, you're gonna learn today. Anyways, the agent on I don't care.
How is the balloon?
The balloon was shot down. You know, it's a China balloon. Now they're saying that they went through all the information and Beijing got real-time info while U.S. waited to shoot. I don't care. They're gonna blame Biden's fault. A kid in Oklahoma broke his leg on a bicycle. Biden is charged with
Who broke his leg?
some kid in Oklahoma. Joe Biden's fault. The kid was on a bicycle. Biden should not have let that kid ride a bicycle. Okay, I brought you this yesterday. It was a Boogie Bob exclusive. It wasn't in the paper yet. But it's horrible. A gator, Joe. An alligator.
He ate the baby.
He ate the baby. A Florida man was charged with the death of his 2-year-old son after the tot's body was found in an alligator's mouth, allegedly stabbed the boy's mother more than 100 times after she hosted a birthday party for him.
Probably the baby was dead already.
Yeah, the woman hosted a birthday party for the man. He stabbed her 100 times. The cops came, found the dead woman, looked for the baby, could not find the baby. 2-year-old boy. They found the baby like 6 miles away in the mouth of an alligator.
They blamed the alligator.
Thomas Mosley allegedly killed little Tylen Mosley and his mother after guests left his 21st birthday party in his mom's apartment. What a horrible person. Jeffrey's body was found on the bathroom floor, that's the woman, next to a bloody shoe print with his Gucci emblem, that was Mosley's shoe, fingerprints, cleaning bottle found under the bed. The baby boy was found in the alligator's mouth. The gruesome details were revealed.
Not the alligator's fault.
I don't blame the alligator at all.
That's the father.
If you threw a chicken or a turkey or a baby, anything to an alligator, or he finds it, it's an alligator. He doesn't come up and say, wait, there's a baby.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible. Porno judge's new rip. The former city judge, fired for moonlighting as a porn performer, struck back Sunday. A scathing Twitter post called City Councilwoman Vicky Palladino a documented bigot and claims that he'd broken no ethical rules. So, Joe, he's a judge by day and a porn star by night. I remember this story.
Well,
Gregory Locke, that's his business.
That's freedom.
It's freedom. Gregory Locke, an administrator, he's trying to tell you what he did. Joe's not going to like it once I tell you what he did. He was fired last month after he tweeted that Palladino should choke on a dick following her criticism. That's what it says in the paper. In a lengthy Sunday tweet, he said it was disappointing that the city of New York decided to take the side of a documented bigot instead of seizing the opportunity to stand against the ever-growing anti-LGBTQ hatred. He was paid $58 an hour to educate parking tickets before being fired for unprofessional behavior. That guy was a
moron.
Tell me, he was a moron. He's a judge. You're a judge. I don't think it's okay to do porn.
Porno star judge. He became famous now.
He's a famous now. He's a porno star judge. Joe, you come into court and you're like, sir, this is a defendant, Boogie Bob. Boogie Bob, how do you plead? Your Honor, Your Honor, you look familiar. Where do I know you from? I recognize your jawline. You look very handsome, by the way, Your Honor. I'm a member of your OnlyFans. Case dismissed. There's a lack of evidence. This man did no crime. Boogie Bob's innocent. Joe, someone keeps breaking into my house while I'm here doing the news. They're at my house. They're breaking in and they're watching gay porn on my laptop. I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going on. Told my lady friends, I said, well, you see, I'm out here working. I don't know who would do that. Who would break in?
First of all, they go to your refrigerator.
And see it empty.
And they start cooking.
They're gonna cook nothing. I got a bag of burritos in there. Don't you touch my burritos.
Well, I have 2 slices of pizza.
Ooh, what kind of pizza, Joe? Cheese.
It.
Joe likes cheese pizza.
No, it's actually...
Vegetarian?
No. It's
Pork?
It's vegetarian. You're right about it. Vegetarian.
Joe likes pork pizza with bacon and ham.
No pork.
Sausage? Joe, do you like sausage?
No sausage.
Ham?
Vincent sausage. You like Vincent sausage?
Vincent? Sorry guys, everybody there still? RJ's looking for Jessica. Man, Jessica's a bad one, right? Antonio Capone says, I will fight this with all I got. Antonio Capone, the first thing we're going to do right now is we're all going to pray. So we're prayer warriors here on this channel. I'm a Christian. Joe's a Muslim. Joe, our dear friend Antonio Capone, has found out that he has prostate cancer. Joe, is it possible that you could say one of your beautiful prayers for Antonio?
I will pray for him, and I will pray daily.
Daily. How many times a day do you pray, Joe?
Every day, and he's going to be okay.
Every time Joe says
Because
someone's going to be okay, they are okay.
You just take what the doctor writes, and you'll be okay.
Joe, I came to you with my cat. My cat was given 1% chance of life. Chucky. I came to you, Joe. You told me he will be okay. I will pray for him. And Joe, I believe in the power of prayer. I know you do. Antonio, you are not alone. You have a whole group of 44 people in here right now who care for you and want you to be okay. And I send my deepest, heartfelt love and respect to you and your family. And I know it's tough news, but when you have people who are in it with you and love you and want you to be happy and succeed. Look at Sugarface. Look at you little thing. She's doing this. Look at Valerie. They're all doing this.
How you doing, Valerie?
Antonio, you owe it to them to do better and feel better.
Pray for Ramadan.
God bless you. And Joe's praying for Reverend. Joe's got the wrong guy. Pray for Antonio, but pray for Reverend. Guys, this show's dedicated. Antonio, this is your show today. And make sure you tell us what your horoscope is. I want to have Joe do a special horoscope just for you. And it's going to say right in there, you will feel better by the end of the show. God's got you. I promise you. All right? Now, I don't see this very good, so if someone could let me know a couple times after Antonio posts what his horoscope, his astroscope is, I will make sure that we read it. God bless you, brother. Stay strong. Okay? Rev, you're such a kind, good person. Joe Hernandez is a good person. That's your favorite, right, Joe? Joe
How
Hernandez?
you doing, Joe? I was everything long time.
He's a Scorpio.
How
We're
you
going to make
doing?
sure we give a Scorpio a shout
How
out
you doing,
today.
Mr. Scorpio?
Hi, Scorpio. All right, we're going to keep it moving. God bless you, Playboy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not doing any murders. I might do a couple. There's a couple.
Hi, John Wayne.
Hi, John Wayne.
I see the picture of John Wayne.
Blogger, slave bust, boom and bust. An this is crazy to me. Okay, you're anti-war, Joe. We're all, I don't know, who's besides Putin, who's pro-war? Anti-war. Well, this is an anti-war gal. Anti-war. Well, she's nailed in a cafe bombing. To draw attention to the horrors of war, she decides to put a bomb. Footage appears to show Darla Trevkova under arrest, walking away after handing a sculpture filled with explosives inside a Russian cafe. So this guy here is he's a pro-war blogger. He's all about war, war, war. This lady here, there, with the circle, gave a statue. She went into the cafe. Joe's pretty ingenious. Don't do it, though. The guy's he's a pro blogger. War is great, screw Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. She went into the cafe and gave him a statue. Here's a statue for you. Oh, thank you, I love it. What's that ticking noise? Oh, it's a clock. Don't worry, boom. She blew him up, Joe. A Russian female anti-war activist has been detained for allegedly blowing up a notorious pro-Putin blogger after handing him a sculpture laden with explosives. She's traded her life for misery because she's going to be in a Russian prison until they kill her. All right. It worked. This is a piece of shit. This one here. This is the shooter, Joe, that killed the 6 people, 3 babies, 3 9-year-olds, and 3 adults. She fired 152 rounds in 14 minutes. Now listen, some of those guns can fire 152 rounds in 1 minute. So I consider it a blessing. But still, 152 rounds, Joe. 152 rounds and 6 people killed. That's also a blessing. It could have been 152 people killed. Students walk out of Tennessee out of classes Monday to march out of state to the state capitol, where the walkout started. Students walked out of the classes in Tennessee, Nashville, at 10:13 a.m. It's the same time Monday that the transgender shooter is supposed, so they're going to put it in. The transgender, the Mormon shooter, the Catholic shooter, the black shooter. They're doing that to rile you up. That's what they do. But just let it be know what it is. Transgender had nothing to do with this piece of crap shooting these people. Audrey Hale blasted away. So the kids, 3,000 of them, 3,000 in solidarity, Joe, walked out of class to the state capitol to protest guns. The problem is, Joe, a lot of these politicians, especially on the Republican side, it's not a knock on Republicans, it's a fact. The GOP is in the pocket of the NRA, the National Rifle Association.
Well, we'll have Republican and Democrat.
There's not one Democrat, not one that I can name or that you can name that's being sponsored or getting donations from the NRA.
Why then they don't stop it?
I'm trying.
The Democrat had the majority before 3 months.
Having the majority and stopping it is 2 different things.
Why they didn't
Obama did pass a assault weapons ban, and it was overturned as soon as he was out of the White House. That's what happens. It's politics. I'm not blaming Republicans.
It's only one party. 2 opinions. 2 different.
It's 3 or 4 different parties. It's just unfortunately there's 2 that are never going to be on the same page. I believe there is a huge gun problem in America. I don't believe that burning all the guns like Joe wants to do is going to fix it, because I do believe criminals will get guns regardless. I believe regulations and making it very, very hard for someone to own guns. My dad was in the paper back in Fairfield, California, where I'm from. My dad was a hero because one day his friend, John Treadwell, family friend our whole life, he couldn't hear. He got old and his hearing was really bad. He had to literally sit next to him and go, John, how's the television? He couldn't hear. So he had his TV way up and he was in his home, And the police, the wife had left, and he was a gun collector. Had 1,000 guns in his home. Legal. Can buy as many guns as you want. I can go buy 1,000 guns if I live in California right now. I can't do nothing. Go to the pawn shop, go to the gun shows. You can buy them, collect them. Well, I got 220 watches at home. There's a lot of people that have 220 guns. They collect like I collect watches. And the police came to his door, were knocking. They could hear the television. He couldn't hear them. They went to his home. Finally, they got in. He turned around and was startled and pulled a gun. And the police swarmed the home. They surrounded the whole home. And it was a standoff. And my father, being his friend, was the one who came in and talked him out. My dad's a hero. But the guy had 1,000 guns. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating, 1,000 guns. Pilot bust in a hot air crash, Joe. Is it a hot air balloon? The pilot of a hot air balloon that crashed in Mexico City, killing a husband and wife and hospitalizing their 13-year-old daughter, was arrested for fleeing the scene. Now I've heard everything, though. Drunk driving, you get out, you run. Don't run. Don't run.
I heard the story too yesterday on YouTube.
Oh boy.
A family in Oman, Arabia, it's an Arabian country.
Yep.
They put their father, because his birthday, they blew up so many balloons that they put them on the
And it hit
and
the electric
balloon
wire.
took off.
And?
He landed about around.
Wait, the
50.
balloon took the man with him?
You know, there's so many balloons. They told the police that the helicopter followed his father, dad, and they located him about 100 miles away with,
Was he dead?
No, he has very bad injuries.
Well, I think Joe has got it confused with a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
You can play with fire.
You can't play with fire.
Who is this?
Hello, I am on Subway.
I don't know, United States.
It's a bill collector, Joe.
No, I told him that Jordan Joe is dead. So they don't call him.
Hello, may I speak to Jordan Joe? Who's calling? This is a bill collector. He died. Tell him your dad, they won't call you back. Oh, you can do. Why pay your bills when you can tell him you died? All right. I was telling a story and Joe interrupted.
How about the balloon? Okay.
No. Oh yeah. I think I was talking about the balloon. No, the guy crashed the balloon. Your parents say, hey, we got a hot air balloon ride for you. It's going to be fun. And then they killed. And the guy, we see it all the time. Someone gets a drunk driving and runs away.
Yeah.
This guy wrecked a hot air balloon and ran. What the hell are you doing, bro? He was like, I'm out. The parents were killed. The 13-year-old daughter was severely hospitalized. He was arrested for allegedly fleeing the scene. Victor Guzman was taken into custody after being hospitalized for his own injuries in Saturday's wreck. He had left 16 feet from the craft, allegedly told officials he abandoned it because he didn't know how to respond when it caught fire. The thing caught fire, so the guy ran. Okay. Last night I was watching Fox News because I watch them all. My ladies always go, "Why are you watching Fox News?" I say, "Because I want to hear their point of view too. I want to hear everybody's point of view." Fox News lost their mind because Budweiser. I don't drink. Joe, you don't drink. But Bud Light now has a spokesperson doing commercials who's transgender. I can't believe they did that. Why? What demographics are they trying? Well, lighten up, bro. I know that you have to, on Fox News, say you hate transgender. I know that's what your demographics want. But if this transgender person is selling beer, I think Bud Light knows what they're doing more than you do, and you're more than your hatred. Anheuser-Busch defended transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney, appearing to be used as a Bud Light spokesperson, not a spokesman, spokesperson, after the beer maker celebrated 365 days of girlhood, saying the pact helps authentically, not authenticity, authentically connect with the audience. There are a whole lot more people tolerant than you think with your hatred. This is big, though. They're filming. I've seen probably 3 or 4 film sets so far of the Joker. They're filming all over New York City, little pieces here and there. Lady Gaga's in it. Lady Gaga's dancing on the famous steps over there in Brooklyn. Is it Brooklyn or the Bronx? It's the Bronx. I apologize. To all my friends in the Bronx, I apologize. Lady Gaga is dancing down the famous Bronx steps. If you watch the Joker with Phoenix, whatever the hell his name is, Joaquin Phoenix. Lady Gaga is seen Sunday filming the Joker. Folly Deluxe. Joker steps into the Bronx character as Harley Quinn. There's a new thing in town called Joe Rat Combat Zones.
How is it?
Who are you going to call? Rat Busters. City health officials are sending... Why, Joe? Joe's going to get us beat up out here. I'm not going to do that story. I don't care. I don't want to hear about dead rats, Joe. I don't want to hear about dead rats. Big Mac, a sack on the menu. A number of corporate employees at McDonald's. I don't care. Let's see, Joe. I think it's time. Joe, do you think it's time? Joe, do you think it's time?
How is everybody?
How's everybody? That's the answer. Do you think it's time that you bust a rhyme? Joe, we're only doing 2 today. I'm over it. I gotta run from here. I gotta go to the bank. I gotta holler at some shorties. Tomorrow's a big day for old Boogie Bob. Now, it's not a guarantee, but there's a very good chance I come out of retirement tomorrow. I'm not putting pressure on there, brother. I'm doing my neck exercises. Limbering up. Tomorrow's a big day, Joe.
Because you'll be alone.
I ain't gonna be alone. Tomorrow's a big one. I get a haircut. Should brush my tooth. Gotta brush my tooth. Clean my drawers. Gotta do the drawers, the socks. Flowers? You're doing too much. You're doing too much, Bob. You're overthinking it. Let's do it, Joe. You ready? It's time for the Wheel of Joe. Don't you know?
How you?
Tomorrow. By the way, I'm bringing you all with me. I'm going to be, okay, I can't tell what that is. It's yellow. It's Aquarius. We don't do Aquarius enough on this show, Joe. And did you know that we're in the dawning of the age of Aquarius? And Leo. And guess what, Joe? Scorpio. By the way, we're doing all yellows today. Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. They're all yellows. Today's a yellow, mellow yellow thing. And today, Joe, I'm dedicating this to our dear friend Antonio. May God bless you. Brother, I promise you, when Joe says you're going to be fine, you're going to be fine. That's facts. So, Joe, can you do Scorpio first today for our friend Antonio?
How you doing, Mr. Antonio?
Hi, Mr. Antonio.
Scorpio.
By the way, Joe's a beautiful hat.
If you owe a friend a favor, this would be a good day to pay it off.
You owe a favor, pay it off.
Go out of your way to help them and don't matter what you do for them by what they did for you. A small act of kindness counts as much as a big one.
That is true, Joe. A small act of kindness, not always though. I mean, if I go up and give you this bag of cookies, that was a nice act of kindness. But if I go up and give you a Cadillac, it's a little better. It's a little bit nicer than the bag of cookies. But still, an act of kindness is an act of kindness. And I don't think the world has enough kindness in it. I try to spread kindness everywhere I can. And if I can't, I punch them in the face. Sorry. All right. What else you got?
All right, Aquarius.
Joe, did you know that we're in the dawning of Aquarius?
You cannot afford to be vague about your aim. So get your thought in order today and then go after what you desire with a passion that makes success inevitable.
Okay.
Never doubt you have what it takes to be the best at what you do in life.
I like how Joe punctuates that.
Leo,
Leo's in the house.
you will do something today that leaves even those who know you well open mouthed with astonishment. Life has been a bit too tame for your liking of late, so stir things up and see where it leads. You will have a good laugh, if nothing else.
Life has new meaning to me. Joe, did you know there's beauty up above? There's only thing notice of. And suddenly you wake up, you're in love. Ooh, you hear the little run I did there? What else you got, Joe? I love Lionel Richie.
Taurus. It would be nice to believe that everyone is as honest and trustworthy as you are. But you know that isn't true.
It's not true. I don't know what he said.
If you want others to follow your standard and principle today, you will most likely be disappointed.
That's true.
So lower your expectation a bit.
So the most gut-wrenching, hardcore lyrics that Lionel Richie ever wrote was on a song called Easy Like Sunday Morning. It said, why in the world would anybody put chains on me? You know I paid my dues to make it. Everybody wants me to be what they want me to be. I'm not happy when I try to fake it. No. You know why, Joe? Because I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me? Since I heard that in high school when I was like, I gotta know more about this man. Because he's talking about real, personal feelings and emotions. And that's why to this day, Lionel Richie is one of the greatest artists of all time. That's the only reason I watch American Idol.
All right.
Cause you know, right? Wow. What else you got, Joe?
Born on this day.
Yes. Yes. What's today's date, Joe? March 4th. 4-4.
The press speaker.
Who?
He's a baseball Hall of Fame.
What's his name?
Press speaker.
Tris Speaker. Where's Iowa Oakland? I mean him.
P-R-I-S.
Tris Speaker. Happy birthday, Tris Speaker.
Francis Langford. Who is that?
I quit.
Francis Langford.
I refuse to partake in this
In
shoddy.
your grandfather time, he was a singer.
Okay.
He used to sit in a blind store and sing. The people put some water in his mouth. Muddy Water.
I'm back.
You know him?
I love Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters is one of the great bluesmen and just an absolute idol to anyone who's ever picked up a guitar and sang the blues.
He's
The B.B.
it.
Kings,
Francis
the
Lee.
Albert King, the three Kings, the Stevie Ray Vaughns, the Jimmy Pages. That he had a voice and just a soul inside him that was unbelievable. Muddy Waters. What else you got, Joe?
Well, you have somebody wrote about Francis Lee. You missed it.
Ah, I'm so sorry I missed that one. Damn it.
Jill Hotkiss. Who's that Hotkiss?
Who?
Jill Hotkiss. He's a baseball Hall of
Gil
Fame.
Hodges. Gil Hodges is a baseball Hall of Famer. He was with the Dodgers, like the Brooklyn Dodgers or something like that. Don't quote me, boy, because you ain't take it. Joe, I was cruising down the street in my 6'4". I was clocking bitches and stacking the dough.
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins, now you're talking, Joe. Anthony Perkins, one of the all-time great actors. You know him mostly from his role in Psycho. Psycho 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But he was in a whole bunch of other stuff. But he was so brilliant in Psycho with Alfred Hitchcock that it became his staple. That was the one that he was mostly known for.
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton. Graham Norton. Graham
Norton.
Norton is a singer. What?
And comedian.
Comedian? Graham Norton? Someone help me out. I need you.
Graham Norton.
Graham. It's not Graham, but it's Graham. You're on the right track. Graham Norton. I'm waiting. Because usually it only takes about 2 seconds. Ambrose is slow on the trigger.
You got
Graham
it.
Norton, a comedian and TV presenter in Dublin. I thought he was a singer. What do I know?
That's from your
Thank
back.
God I didn't think he was with Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Graham.
Robert Downey.
Well, is it Robert Downey Jr. or Robert Downey Sr.?
I don't even know senior or junior.
Well, Robert Downey Sr. was actually an obscure, crazy, let's see which one we got. We got Junior. So I would say it's Junior. Robert Downey Sr., Joe, came here and did a lot of his stuff down in the East Village, and it was kind of obscure, weird, black and white filmmaking stuff. But his son was a friend of mine. Was Robert Downey Jr. I became quite close with him. He was a horrific, horrible drug addict at the time, Joe. He was very sweet and very nice, but he was caught in drugs. I don't do drugs. I didn't do drugs at the time. I probably smoked weed with him. I can't even remember. But Joe, the last time I saw him, I felt so bad because I kind of betrayed him. And it wasn't anything I could have done to help him. It wasn't like he was my best friend. He knew me. I knew him. Right here, Joe, this right here is, that's 49th. This is 50th. It was on 50th, right across the street there. He was sitting on the sidewalk, Joe, in the dirt. Like if I was to sit down on the ground right here, just sitting on the sidewalk, strung out of his mind. And I walked by, and I wasn't going to say anything, and I finally said hi, and he's like, hey, how's it going? He's so nice. He's such a nice guy. He's chain smoking. I think he had 2 cigarettes going. And he was just effed up. Cocaine. It's a horrible drug. And anyways, long story short, Joe, the next day, they had him do the perp walk. I've tried to find the video. Would love if anybody could find the video. He was arrested, Joe. Robert Downey Jr. did, I don't know, he was in jail with like O.J. Simpson in the 90s, and that was because of his drug addiction. He kept going back to drugs. The judge would let him out, and then he'd violate the drug thing. He wasn't breaking into pharmacies or killing people. Right now, he's one of the biggest actors in the world. He's a great human being, and I am so proud and happy to have spent whatever time I did. It's just that very last time I walked away, like I'm sitting there going, should I take him to my house? I'm sure he's got money. What do I do? Go sit in the dirt next to him? It's always bothered me how I don't want to say our friendship ended because we weren't like buddies, but how the last time I saw him in person was. And I can't like go up to him now and see him at an autograph sign and go, hey, remember me from Planet Hollywood? I was the guy when you were a heroin addict. Remember you were sitting in the dirt over there? Can't do that. Can't do that. So you just, I promise you would not recognize it. What else you got, Joe? By the way, happy birthday, Robert.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
I have to speak Joe. I don't know how to speak Joe.
Heath
Is it
Ledger.
Heath Ledger or is it Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, Joe, was, I think, one of the biggest movie stars in the world at the time of his death, Joe. He was the Joker, played the Joker in the Batman. People were shocked at how good he was. I just watched a movie the other night, The Knight's Tale. It's one of my all-time favorites. He is so brilliant in that. He just Brokeback Mountain, of course. But if you want to see his best movie, it's The Knight's Tale, where he becomes a knight jousting and falls in love, and his dad's blind. That's just what a tragic loss. And Joe, he wasn't shooting heroin and cocaine. He was taking those damn pills, and those pills will get you. God bless Heath Ledger. What a tragic tale. What else you got, Joe?
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha Lyonne is a New York City actress. I've met her several times. She's also extremely talented. She's a Lower East Side, East Village kid who knew Madonna and all those guys growing up. And she's in a whole lot of movies, like movies that were obscure, but also big movies. Right now, she's in a series on Netflix. I think it's called Russian Doll. But what a talented lady she is. Wonderful. What else you got, Joe?
Jenny Lynn Spears.
Jamie Lynn Spears is the younger sister of Britney Spears. She's a mother now. Grew up in a really screwed up family. The father's name is Jamie Spears as well, so she's named after her dad. And she's the younger sister of Britney, and Britney is unfortunately so far gone. She's manic and bipolar, and just I don't think she'll ever have a happy life. So.
On this day.
And by the way, it says not a celebrity. Jamie Lynn Spears is a huge celebrity. I don't know where that came from, but she is. Leave Britney alone! Okay.
How you doing, Jenny?
Hi, Jenny.
All right, on this day
Died.
William Harrison. Who is the William Harrison?
He was a president. I think he was like the 8th president, I'm guessing.
You almost got it. 9th president.
9th president. All right. Well, old time. That's back in Joe's day. Joe, what was he like in person? Was he a nice man?
Well, we used to, me and him, go to the Planet Fund.
So, what was it like driving around in covered wagons? How was that? Was that
We
fun?
have a horse and wagon. We were happy.
And let me ask you the last thing. The last thing is a serious question. Were dinosaurs scary in person?
I don't think so. They want to survive, and they couldn't.
They couldn't.
Because human ate their food.
Joe, if your Uncle Jack was on a runaway horse, would you help your Uncle Jack off the horse? That's a serious question. If your Uncle Jack was on a runaway horse, would you help your Uncle Jack off the horse? It's a simple question, Joe.
Don't you know I was a jockey?
You were a jockey?
Yeah.
You were a jockey?
Very, very fast runner.
I bet you were.
I would say.
Joe will save him. Joe, you will. So you're going on record to say that you would help your Uncle Jack off the horse. Very kind of you, Joe.
Carl Pence. Who is Carl Pence?
Carl Pence? Is it Mike Pence's dad?
Who is the most famous car in the world?
Oh, Carr?
Mercedes Benz.
Oh,
That's the founder of the car. Oh, no.
it says Pence.
Carl
You threw me off with the Pence. If you would have said Benz, I would have known it was something to do with Mercedes.
BNZ.
All right, threw me off. That was a failure to communicate. Lost in translation.
Andre Michelin. Who is Andre Michelin? We said
I'm
it
going to
last
assume
year.
he's the tire guy that made
Correct.
Michelin tires.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Martin Luther King Jr. He
Jr..
died on this day.
I want to just, so glad that you brought it up, Joe, because I was leaving the house and they were talking to his son, and his son turned out to be a wonderful reflection of who his father was. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, Joe, and he dreamed that he might not get there with you. They played a whole lot of clips today. He said they might not get there with you to the mountaintop.
But I have a dream that one day my children can be judged by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. I am very passionate about race relations around the world, and when you bring up someone like Martin Luther King Jr., who dedicated his life, who gave his life to the betterment of the earth and to the betterment of people all over the world, I think he is a saint. I think there is a Martin Luther King Day. I think there should be a Martin Luther King month. The man did more for humans than anyone since Jesus. Shout out to Martin Luther King Jr. Shout out to all the people who have benefited from his love and kindness. And shout out to those who follow his teachings as a good person. What else you got, Joe?
Gloria Swanson.
Gloria Swanson.
It's a big name. I just don't know what the hell she did. Women's rights advocate. Gloria Swanson. Help me out here, guys. Gloria Swanson. Singer, actress, actress in the 50s and 60s. I start speaking about Martin Luther King Jr. I get emotional. When I speak of people who put themselves on the line to help others, Rosa Parks. The unknown person in China who stands up to the tanks in Tiananmen Square. To my dad, who went into a guy's house and talked him out because he had 1,000 weapons. To Joe, who saves pigeons every day, one pigeon at a time. Joe, I appreciate you. I thank you for the show. I thank everybody, guys. I got a lot of stuff to do today. I want to thank you for tuning in. I ask you to please be kind and loving to each other, and we will talk again tomorrow. Anything else you want to say, Joe?
God bless everybody. Have a nice day. I pray for the sick. I pray for
Antonio Capone, our dear friend Antonio. God bless you, Antonio. If you need to talk, you hit up me or Rev. Have faith in God. Have faith in friends, family, loved ones, and the Boogie Bunch. Here's a story of a man named Boogie who was living in New York City on his own. He was one man with a YouTube channel, but he was not alone because he had a bunch of really cool subscribers, and he knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this crew can somehow be a family. And that's why we became the Boogie Bunch, the Boogie Bunch, and Joe, the Boogie Bunch, and Joe. That's how we became the Boogie Bunch. Peace. God bless you. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, you're welcome.